Hello everyone, I am MS Bhagavadirmal, Assistant Professor of Computer Science and Engineering Department from Progini College of Engineering and Technology. This is certification courses HTML and CSS. The main outcome of this course are, on successful completion of this module, the student should be able to develop static web pages using HTML and CSS. Today we are going to discuss about the topic is frames. Frames are relatively new addition to the HTML standard. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Then frames first introduced in Netscape Navigator 2.0. The main objective of frames are complete this section. You should be able to create a frame based page, work with the frame set, frame and no frames elements, use the attributes of the frames elements to control the display, then set targets appropriately. And what is frames? A frame based is actually made up of multiple HTML pages. There is one HTML document that describes how to break up the single browser window into multiple window pane. Each window pane is filled with an HTML document. Here we are using two HTML documents in one single frame. Frame based architecture. A frame set tag element is placed in the HTML document before the body tag element. The frame set describes the amount of screen real estate given to each window pane by dividing the screen into row or column. A frame set they contain frame elements, one by division of the browser window. Because there is no body container, FRAMESET pages can't have background images and background colors associated with them. This is sample program for frame page architecture. Here we are set the column size is 23% and 77%. The frame source are document1.html. Then next frame source are document2.html. This is the diagram for graphical view of the document described for FRAMESET. Here we split the frame in 23% and 77%. The first one is frame source 1, the second frame is frame source 2. Then FRAMESET container. The FRAMESET elements creates a division in the browser window in a single direction. This allows you to define divisions as either row or column. Then rows. Determine the size and number of rectangular rows within a FRAMESET. They are set from top of the display area to the bottom. The possible values are absolute pixel units, that is 360 and 120. A percentage of a screen height 75% and 25%. The proportional values using the asterisk. This is often combined with a value in pixels. For example, 360, asterisk. Here we set the FRAMESET column. The FRAMESET column is equal to 200, then 20% asterisk, then 2 asterisks. Creating a frame page, the columns determines the size and number of the rectangular columns within a FRAMESET tag. They are set from left to right of the display area. The possible values are absolute pixel units, that is 480, 160. The percentage of screen width, example 75%, then 25%. Proportional values using the asterisk. This is often combined with a value in pixels. For example, 480, asterisk symbol. Then, how to create a frame page? With the use of frame border, the possible values are 0, 1, yes and no. A setting of 0 will create a borderless frame. Frame spacing. This attribute is specified in pixels. If you go to borderless frames, you will need to set this value to 0 as well. Or you will have a gap between Your frame where the border used to be. Then border, thickness of the frame. The attributes specified in pixels, a setting of 0 will create a borderless frame. For example, default value is 5. Then border color. This attribute is allows you choose a color of your border. This attribute is rarely used. Then how to set frame tag. This element defines a single frame within a frame set. There will be a frame element for each division created by the frame set element. This tag has the following attributes. Source name. Then source that is required to provide the URL for the page that will be displayed in the frame. The name. It required for frames that will allow targeting by other HTML documents. Works in conjunction with the target attribute of area, then base and form tag. Then margin width. The optional attribute state in pixels determines horizontal space between the frame content and frame border. Then margin height. Optional attribute stated in pixels determines vertical space between the frame contents and the frame's border. Then scrolling. Display a scroll bar in the frame. Possible values are yes, no, auto. Then yes, it displays scroll bar. No, it never displays scroll bar. Then auto. Browser will decide based on frame content. No frames. Frame capable browsers ignore all HTML within this tag, including the contents of the body element. This element does not have any attributes. Then this is the example for no frames tag. Here we set the frame set column size is 23% and 77%. The frame source are left pan then right pan. No frames. Here we mention the one paragraph tag. This is a frame page. Upgrade your browser to support frames. Frame source then no frames. All tags are used in between the frame set. Then compound frame set division. In this case, a second frame set element will be inserted in the place of frame element that would describe the second row. The second frame set element will divide the remaining screen real estate into two columns. This nested frame set will then be followed by two frame elements to describe each of the subsequent frame divisions created. Then this is the example program for compound frame set divisions. Here we are using frame set row size is 25%, 50% and 25%. Then the frame source is null. Then frame set columns 25%, asterisk. Then here the null value is used for frame source. Then we close the frame set and head tag. This is the output for the previous program. Then this is the example for frames created with frame set row 50% and 50%. That means the one frame split into two. Then this is the example for frame set column. Here we are using the values are 50% and 50%. Then this is the example for frames created with the frame row and column. The frame row size is 50% and 50%. So the frame divided into two parts in a horizontal way. Then columns values are 50% and 50%. Then again the frame divided into two parts in a vertical way. Thank you.